Hits 96.
Hits 96, Chattanooga's number one hit music station. My name is Gino D, and today I have the pleasure of being connected via Zoom to an artist that's going to be visiting us here in Chattanooga on April 8th. A very special acoustic showcase will be going down, and you can find all the details about that show on our website at hits96.com. I'd like to welcome Jonah Marais to the show. Jonah, how are you?
Gino, what's up, man? I'm doing well.
We are so excited to have you here in Chattanooga. We're thrilled to get to know you a little bit better, and I thought this would be a nice introduction, if you will, an introduction to our audience, to Hits 96, and then when you come in see us in April 8th, you'll be a little bit more settled, a little more comfortable, so you can actually feel the city a little bit and have some fun with our fans. So let's start off right there, because I know that connecting to fans, especially everything that you've been through in your career, the connection to fans is very, very important to you, especially in a more intimate setting like we're going to have. It's going to be a little bit of a smaller show than you've done. So talk about your fan connection and how important they are to you in your career.
I think connection to the fans is the reason that I do this. This is since day one when I first started playing cover songs of Ed Sheeran and stuff back in 2014, that was my purpose. I was driven to just kind of make a positive impact with the most amount of people that I possibly can. That was my whole idea. And that's what I do this for. I try to sit after every show and talk with every single person that comes and hear their stories, and that gives me the fuel that I can go back to the studio and write with,
Sure.
and the connection actually performing, especially in these intimate kind of acoustic type shows, being able to look around the room and feel the energy in the room, and everyone, maybe we can all sing along to something and get to know each other a little bit. That's my favorite thing.
Yeah, well, we're looking forward to it. Our fans are ready, and it's going to be super exciting stuff. We're also giving away a bunch of concert tickets, so we're going to support live music in general, and we're going to have some fun. So people can find those details, of course, at hits96.com. For those that may not know you, Jonah, you've had quite the career in your life, going through obviously with Why Don't We, that whole experience, and now kind of going through a little bit of a rebirth, a transformation, if you will.
Yeah.
I know you've also posted plans by the end of this month. You're going to be headed to Nashville, doing a little bit of a move, which is exciting. You're not too far from us now, which is going to be great. So that won't be that much traveling for you on April 8th. But kind of elaborate on what that means for you, this whole rebirth, this new transformation. What are you trying to accomplish now that you've separated from the Why Don't We thing and all of that?
Yeah. I think my life has been wild, and I wouldn't change anything. I got to have an amazing experience with four other guys in the band Why Don't We, and be a part of a boy band as I'm growing up and traveling the world. Um, and that was amazing. I got to write a lot of music. I got to have the camaraderie with the other guys. And although it didn't end how we all hoped for with the lawsuit situation with our old management, um, you know, I love those dudes. We're all on a good page, and I think the rebirth has been, I think, yeah, 2023 was probably the hardest year of my life. I felt like I lost everything. I had a lot of my identity in the band and was struggling with drinking a lot and that kind of a thing. And I'm a year sober actually now.
Oh, good, good, yeah.
And that's been an amazing journey for me as well. But I feel like 2024 was kind of my build back year. I got a manager, started releasing stuff, started touring a little bit, and then coming into 2025, I have a song at radio. People are playing the song. I get to go to, I get to go to Chattanooga. I'm,
Sure.
I'm like, I'm moving to Nashville. Things are really starting to bubble now, and it feels good. In all aspects of my life, like things are feeling great. I'm feeling
Excellent.
happy, and it's been a beautiful, beautiful rebirth. I feel like 2025 is going to be the big year for me.
Yeah, it seems like you have a lot in the works, and we'll get to that in just a second. But I did want to kind of talk about that song that you're talking about, Slow Motion. That's a song that we're currently playing. I know you're
Yeah.
currently working on new music. In fact, I think you just posted about it a few days ago saying you have a ton of new music in the works, and there's a tour coming and more. But let's talk about Slow Motion. So the next time that we hear it on Hits 96, we kind of have a little bit more of a background about that song.
Sure. That song was made actually over a year ago. I was working with my great friend Ryan Lewis, who I grew up
Yeah.
listening to, which is insane.
Right. Right.
And we were working on another song actually. I don't even remember what we were working on, but he took a little break, went to the bathroom, came back, and was humming this tune. And I was like, "That's cool. What was that?" And he went over to his keyboard and started playing a synth line to it, and that instantly just gave the vibe of slow motion, and it just felt like a party, kind of like a house party. And I'd never made a song like that before, and I was like, this feels like it could be like a show ender. Like this is so cool. And so we went after it, and conceptually I was going after this kind of idea. I've been on the road since, probably half my life at this point. Like I've really been out there since I was young, and um, going all the time, just like fast paced. And I can count on my hand the few times that a woman has come along and stopped me in my tracks, made everything slow motion. And it's almost a holy feeling. And I tried to just describe that feeling as much as I could in the song. So it's been really fun to you know, release that into the world and have the reaction it has. And it is the show ender at this point. And
Okay.
I get out in the crowd, I'm jumping around with people. I don't think we'll do that at the Intimate
No,
Acoustic
no,
show,
it's a little different,
but
but I get it.
you guys might have to come to the show in Nashville to experience that
Absolutely.
one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, we're excited to see the full show, but again, we always like to do these little special acoustic showcases, and again,
Oh,
it's a nice
it's
opportunity.
totally special in its own way. It's amazing.
Yeah, yeah, it really is. How has your creative process changed, Jonas, since being with the band and going through that? Like you said, it's been a couple of years now, so you're kind of probably more used to it, but has it changed at all, your creative process?
Completely. Yeah, I think, well, at the beginning of the band, it was like, here are songs, you sing the songs, here are clothes, you wear the clothes, here's what to say in the interviews.
Wow.
Very much just that it was like being on Disney Channel or something.
Right, okay.
And then by the end of the band, we actually had a lot of creative control, and Daniel and I and Corbin as well. We were writing pretty much everything on that last album, and so I came a long ways. But still, towards the end of the band, I still wasn't like a confident writer. I would say I would have ideas, but wasn't the main one kind of heading everything up. So I would say now, I went in very kind of timidly to this solo career. I was like, okay, I know I'm really good. If I go into the booth, I can sing something and feel really good about that, but I don't know about like writing or whatever. And I found that I'm actually really, really strong at making melodies,
There you go.
that I didn't really know about myself. Like I could go
Yeah.
in and kind of top line to, what they call it top lining, and whether it's a beat or some chords on a piano, I can kind of come up with great melodies, and then we'll listen back and fill it in with words, um, and then kind of pushing past that. Most recently, I've been treating my writing as like almost a journal, and rather than like coming in and trying to make a big hit or something like that, it's almost more like, no, what am I thinking about right now? Whether it's dealing with working through hard moments from 2023, or writing about a new relationship that I might be in, or something,
Sure.
like
Yeah.
all these different avenues of writing. It's instead of journaling, I go to the piano.
Okay.
So it's been good.
And do you feel the same way about performing? Has that transitioned at all too? Have you gone through some type of change there? I can only assume, and maybe I'm wrong, but you might feel a little bit more pressure now, kind of going out on your own and not having the guys to kind of fall back on, or at least have that, that team of people that are kind of behind you. You have your own team and stuff. I think you know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, absolutely. There's
Yeah,
definitely a different feeling walking out on that stage. I have my band with me
of course.
on stage usually, but it's not anything like being in the band. If I was sick, say I was dealing with a little bit of a cold or something,
Sure.
the other four guys can step up and cover for me a little bit energetically. When I'm out on stage now, it's like, okay, I'm walking out, and
That's it.
I'm holding this room for the next hour, no matter what. So It is a difference, and with that difference, there are absolute beautiful things that come from that as well, where I can really just connect. That's my favorite thing, connection. I get like high off connection. It's
Sure.
amazing, dude,
Yeah.
and I love it. And yeah, so it's been great. It's been really good.
No, just following you on social media, and that's why I wanted to bring up the fan interaction right in the beginning. You definitely have a way of connecting with an audience. They're there with you. They're feeling, everything you're putting out, they're giving back. And yeah, it's exciting. And that's why we wanted to have you come to Chattanooga. I think it's great.
Thank you.
And speaking of
It's something.
perform,
Oh, sorry,
no, no,
sorry. I was
go,
just gonna
please.
say, it's something I've never seen before. I feel like with my fan base, there's a lot of them that I've actually grown up with over the years, like
Right.
from being in the band until now,
Sure.
or even before the band until now. So it's like almost like a family reunion type thing. But then also there are people who are discovering me every day right now, which is so cool as
Yes.
well. So because they feel that family connection. It's like, oh, whoa, this is crazy. Anyways, continue.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you
No,
off.
no, no. That's exactly what it was. And I think you did a post not too long ago on Instagram, which I thought was really cool about kind of reintroducing yourself. That's why I called it a rebirth earlier of what you're doing now, because you are obviously you got your Why Don't We fans and they're going to follow you. They're locked in. But then you have these new fans that we're introducing every single day. So yeah, it's exciting. And it must be kind of fun to almost, do that again and be able to kind of do it twice in a weird way.
Well, that's exactly right. As it feels like I'm like, okay, I want to introduce myself to all these people as 26-year-old Jonah.
Yeah.
I'm different. I'm grown up a little bit more, and I've evolved in all aspects. And I was looking at my Instagram, and I'm like, dang, in the last 30 days, there's been 20 million people that have looked at my account.
Incredible.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I gotta just like show them where I'm at right now, and so as clearly as I could, I literally just wrote out with my handwriting. I just wrote out my story up until now. So if you guys want to go check that out, it's
Yes.
on my Instagram, and I feel like I summed everything up as good as I could.
I think it was well done. Yeah, I really appreciated the post, and I think it was a nice way to kind of, like you said, kind of put everything off to the side. Let's say, hey, this is me, and now we're continuing our journey. We talked about you going on tour soon. I mean, you've been touring all types of things. You had a great 2024. Looking forward to 2025. I know you're headed to Europe at the end of April. What are you
Yeah,
most excited for that? And then I know shortly after that, back in the U.S., you're going to be supporting Nightly, which is exciting as well. So what are we looking forward to for all of that?
yeah. I mean, Europe is a dream in a lot of ways. The fact that I have the ability to hop on a plane and fly so far to different countries, and there are people who want to come show up and sing along with me, and I'm just so stoked for that. I haven't been over there in years, and I can't wait to experience that and bring actually my band, my guitarist and drummer. We've known each other since we were little kids.
Wow.
Our dads played together in a band, so we were backstage at our dad's shows. And so they've never done tours over there ever, or like really
Okay.
gone over there. So it's going to be a whole experience, kind of getting to experience that with them. Obviously, I went over there with the band, but it's a different thing. So
Yeah.
that'll be awesome. And then the nightly tour will be great. I full circle story as the band was coming to an end in 2022. I took a little trip to Vegas with a friend, and we were sitting by the pool. I was kind of in denial, trying not to think about the band ending. And I heard this song come on the stereo, and it was a Nightly song. I hadn't heard of them before, and I was just like, "This is such a cool vibe." And I Shazammed it and um, reached out to the boys in Nightly and was like, "You guys are amazing. Like, I love what the this vibe that
Yeah,
it
yeah.
is. It's kind of an '80s feel, alternative sound." And they were like, "You're so cool, dude. Like that's awesome." And I hopped on a plane the next day to Nashville and connected with them and wrote some music, and it was
Wow.
so special. I thought they were great dudes, and full circle they actually invited me to come on their tour
Yeah.
in May. So I'm really excited about that. We're playing the Ryman in Nashville, which I'm
Unbelievable.
stoked to
Yeah.
play. And so a lot of different aspects of my life are feeling exciting right now. That's for sure.
Excellent. Well, congratulations on the success so far. Of course, we wish you the best of luck in the future. We're so excited to see you April 8th here in Chattanooga. We're going to play some songs, give away some tickets, and we're going to have a great time. And I know the fans are really looking forward to meeting you and just spending some time. One final question, and again, I appreciate your time here. Since you've had such a interesting career going through the transitions and all of that, what is one piece of advice that you wish you had received when you first started music? Is there anything there that you wish you kind of knew beforehand?
Hmm. I think just you are enough already.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to prove yourself or go do all of these things to prove that you're enough. I think that that's been the biggest thing for me is like getting to go perform at Madison Square Garden and do all this insane stuff that I've been able to do in my life. It's been cool, but it hasn't actually changed my heart or my soul or made me a different person than I was when I was 13 or 14, thinking that, oh my gosh, if I could just do that,
Sure.
I'll be this or I'll be that. Like, no, we're the same people all the way through, and life is a journey, and I'm trying to just learn more every day.
Excellent. No, I think it's well said. And I think that's a good lesson for anybody, not just musicians and such,
Yeah.
but just to kind of realize that you are enough no matter what you're doing. And as long as you're working on something and you're moving forward, it's a good
Hmm.
thing. So I appreciate that. Absolutely. Jonah Marais, thank you so much for the time. We appreciate it. We'll see you April 8th right here in Chattanooga for our tickets
Yes,
and
man.
giveaway for the acoustic showcase. And we'll see you soon. Okay. Thanks so
Yeah,
much.
man. And thanks so much for supporting me and having me on and playing the song. I can't wait to see you in April and meet you in person. It'll be
Here we
great.
go. Absolutely. It's Hits 96.
Hits 96.